Yo, what is up, producers? This is Saint Hills here at WAV.Y, coming straight to you with an EQ tutorial. And for today's video, basically, we are going to be teaching you how to clean up melodic sounds using the equalizer, the EQ. This tutorial will be suitable, you can apply what you learn here in any DAW. I will be using my favorite DAW, which is Logic. And so without further ado, let's get into today's subject, which is cleaning up melodic sounds using the EQ. So we got a little drum loop going on here. And by the way, the kick that we're using for this drum loop can actually be downloaded for free along a bunch of other drum and percussion sounds at soundswavy.com. It's a freebie pack that we made for you guys. So here, this is what it looks like. I just basically for this tutorial dragged and dropped one of the kicks here into Logic. So if you want this pack with other percussion and drum sounds, just go to soundswavy.com and claim yours. So before this tutorial, I was just looking at some of the sounds in the Ultimate Melody Essentials pack, which is basically our MIDI melody pack that comes with these WAV files so you can preview the melody. And we're working here at 150 BPM, so I'm in the 150 BPM folder, and I really like this melody. It's just a very, simple but catchy, trappy, like arpeggio type melody. So I want to use that, but I want to build the sound from scratch. So I'm just going to drag the MIDI into Logic here. So now we can, choose our sounds. So I think I'm in a bells folder. Obviously want to go with some bells for this sort of trappy feel. That's dope. Let's check a few other sounds out. These are all, stock sounds in Logic, by the way. All of these sound pretty cool. When the melody is good, like the sounds, the sonics just kind of add to it. Let's go with this one. I feel like this will be very good for people who like making, like ambient melodies and trap and stuff. So, basically, I really like this sound, right? But I don't know about you, but to me it gets a little bit annoying sometimes. And I feel like that has to do with frequencies. When frequencies build up in certain ranges, that can sound very annoying to our ears and a bit too intense at times, very resonant at times. So let's just open up our EQ and check out what it looks like when we play the melody. You can see right in that area where I was kind of circling around with my mouse between like 4 and 8K, there was some really like sharp EQ sounds. And that, that's like high mids and highs. So those are frequencies that are notorious for like being abrasive and annoying at times. So basically what we're going to do, is we're going to create this sort of pointy design with our EQ, right? Start lower than that so we don't burst our ears, but we're going to do that with our EQ, and then we're going to search for the annoying frequencies. Notice how that specific place, 4,100 hertz, got like really intense and annoying. There's a lot of resonance in that frequency. For this particular synthesizer, this bell, and the notes that are being played in this melody. So basically what we want to do now that we've discovered that this is an annoying frequency is that we just play it, right? And we take it down. So we basically use a technique called subtractive EQing to subtract the annoying or the intense areas of a sound. Pretty simple, and you can do it over and over again until you're satisfied. with the sound. So let's see if we find some more annoying sounds. Okay, so that one was also a bit too intense for me. 10,800 hertz. I could really hear the like really high frequency just being a bit too extra for me, so I took that down. Now, you know, you don't have to decrease it 11 a dB or 12 dB. Um, I just kind of went with that because that's when in my headphones that I'm wearing right now, it sounded more appealing to me. Uh, but you really just gotta train your ears to figure out, what sounds good to you. Um, in some extreme cases, you might go all the way down to like minus 20 dB. In others, it's just a matter of like 1 dB, 2, or even maybe just half a dB. So it really depends on the sound. But that's an awesome, super easy technique that you can do with any DAW and any stock EQ to just clean up annoying frequencies. And I find that in melodies, this is really important because there can be a lot of frequency built up in synthesizers and other, melodic instruments. So it's a good technique to have down. So especially also, like let's say we want to layer this melody with another bell. That one's a bit too intense, too experimental for our purposes. Lo-fi Christmas. Okay. So that one, I feel like it might be a little more resonant on the like low mids maybe. Or over here. If you just start layering sounds and you're not cleaning things up, you can have a lot of like annoying frequency buildup. And so it's important to do this, especially if you're layering instruments in your melodic samples. Yeah, so obviously there's a lot more you can do with EQ. You can EQ, for example, if we're layering here two different synthesizers and with the same melody, you could EQ one of the synths, one of the bells, to be more in the low mid range, and then the other to be more taking up the space in the high mid range. You can find out which frequencies are popping in one bell and accentuate those, and then decrease those in the other bell. There's a lot of things you can do with the EQ to make your mixes and your productions pop. But for our purposes, basically, this was just to show you a technique on how you can find those annoying frequencies and then destroy them and collapse them. Or just make this sound, the melody sound, more pleasant to your ears. So I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, don't hesitate to give us a subscribe or a follow, whether you're watching this on IGTV or YouTube. And again, these melodies were used from our Ultimate Melody Essentials pack. This pack that you see is the Ultimate Melody Essentials Gold, and it comes with all of these different BPMs. Basically, you get the MIDI and the WAV file, sorry, for each melody. The Gold has over 120 melodies, has 128 melodies, plus 15 bonus WAV files, and then there's Music Theory Essential Guide that teaches you the basics of music theory and melody so that you can get on to writing your own sick melodies, bruh. Alright, so Thanks for watching this video. Hope that it was helpful to you in some way, and I will see you in the next one, so stay tuned. Peace.